I don't think I've been the happiest as of late, and so I've been doing a lot of thinking. And while thinking, I've been doing a lot of complaining, honestly. Complaining about a lot of various things. About just like things out of my control, right? It's like, oh, why couldn't I be smarter and do this faster? Why couldn't I, you know, have done this better? Okay, that's kind of in my control. But I've just been complaining about a lot of things. I'm like, oh wow, life is so unfair, you know? And I think a lot of times that happens. Something doesn't go your way. Um, like, there's something about yourself maybe you don't like and want to change. And a lot of times you turn that into complaining about the things you don't like. And it's very natural to do that. But what I realized today is that complaining is not the right way to go about things, right? Complaining only can send you into a downward spiral, going down, 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 until, especially complaining about the things you can't change, it only sends you into a downward spiral until you just end up hating the things that you can't change, right, about yourself sometimes. And so, like, this can be anything, like appearance, like athletic ability, intelligence, you name it, a lot of different things. But today I realized, and I always knew this, like, a lot of things you realize as you're thinking are pretty obvious once you say them out loud. But only once you actually internalize it and actually understand it, then will it actually, like, make you feel a lot better. So what I realize is, a lot of times when I used to complain, when I complain, a way I would stop myself is be like, oh wow, like, people have it so much worse. Like, look at the people in, look at the people who don't even have water, who are in poverty, right? Who don't even have a computer, who aren't even able to be playing Minecraft and making these videos. Like, at least I'm not them, right? Now that's a good way to cope with it, I guess. But it's very negative in nature. If you think about it, you're like, oh, at least I'm not like them. That's very bad, very bad. So, I don't know if this came from watching Mob Psycho, but I guess it is, because Mob Psycho, the main character Mob, he is so kind. I don't think he would ever, like, intentionally harm someone, like, even in his thoughts. And so, I think the right way to think about it is, like, be very empathetic, and through being empathetic, you can be more appreciative of what you do have, right? Like, you'd be like, oh wow, like, I must imagine how hard it is for them, like, and they can still do it too. And then you look around and you begin to appreciate what you do have, right? Look at the things you do have, not the things that you do have over the people. Don't look down on the people that are less fortunate than you. It's not about comparing it. It's about, like, it's very hard. It's a very, like, fine line and a fine distinction, but I think it does make a very significant difference, at least for me. Because when I do directly compare it, I feel bad about myself, right? And that drives into an even bigger loop of, like, self-hate and, like, bad stuff, right? But if you look at it very empathetic and be like, wow, that must be very hard for them. And then look at your own and not like, oh, I have this better than them, that means I have to be happier. No, just be like, like, at least I have this thing. Not at least, but I have these things that I'm very appreciative and I like. So, like, a lot of times in life, you're gonna get unlucky, right? You're bound to get unlucky. But, like, regardless, there are so many aspects in your life that you did get lucky. I mean, the one I can think of right now is you still have a computer or some mobile device to be able to watch this, right? There's so many people not even able to watch YouTube, right? Like, I think, like, here, maybe I should read what I wrote in my journal to sum it all up. But that's basically the thought I had today. Let me, yeah, it's just like, don't complain about the things you don't have. It's so useless and so bad. Oh, one extra additional thing, right? Obviously, if you have some parts about yourself that you don't like and you can change, you should, right? If you think you're like overweight, then obviously go on a cut, right? Like there's things that you can change, healthily change about yourself, then do change those things. But at the same time, while you're changing yourself, you still have to accept the parts of yourself that you don't like, right? There are parts of yourself that you won't like that you can't change, like your culture, your identity. These are like a lot of things that you can't change. And it's most easy to complain about these things that you can't change about yourself, right? But at the same time, you know, like, or like unfair things happening to you. Yeah, it's these things you can't change. But what you can do is make a very clear separation between the things you can and can't control, and focus on the things you can. Like this is another video of itself, but this is like a basic overarching thing I found, because I was just getting really stuck in my thoughts, and it was just like back and forth, and it was very, very bad, very, very negative. And then I don't know, just like 10 minutes ago, I finally realized this, and now I think it's a good, because the problem was I had so many thoughts that I couldn't directly address my concerns, right? Like, you know how you have like a lot of concerning thoughts that you want to like pick apart one by one and like, kill them off? Well, I couldn't, because there's such a jumble. But this is like an all-encompassing kind of mask, right? It's like, as long as you can appreciate what you do have, which is a lot if you really take closely and look around, just living is a gift, honestly, then you just like become so much happier. Don't use like, oh, look what other people don't have and what I have. Just look at what you do have, and that's it. There's a very subtle difference there, but it is a difference. All right, so let me read this, and then I'll do my outro. I guess I'll just pause here. What did I say? Sometimes in life you got unlucky, but there are so many more people out there that are way more unlucky than you. Realizing that, don't look down on them, but use it to empathetically realize and appreciate what you do have and how truly lucky you are. Combine that with realizing how lucky and great it is to be you, and focusing on the things that you can change, and changing them will leave you feeling very fulfilled. It's easy to give up, to blame all your failures and faults on some bad trait within yourself or some unlucky thing that happened to you. It's ultimately still great what you do have, though. Not everything will go your way, but just keep appreciating what does, and improve the parts of yourself that can change, while accepting and appreciating the parts of you that can't change. Yeah, this is a Mob Psycho reference, as I said. This, I think, like, decently inspired by this show. If Mob can do it, you can too. People deal with so much worse. Okay, I'll record Shnuckatwo about this now. This is just my journal. So yeah, I mean, it's like a very simple realization, right? Just appreciate the things you have. But sometimes it just takes like a lot of effort to take a step back, to not get caught up in all your negative thinking, and just be like, why am I thinking this negatively? Why am I being so pessimistic? Because I have all this great stuff around me already, right? Focus on the good stuff in your life. Don't focus on the bad. Don't complain about things out of your control. Like, I think this is a very core message. Like, I think like a lot of like, it's okay to complain, obviously. Like, I don't want to be like the Andrew Tate, like, oh, don't complain, you blah blah blah. Like, it's obviously okay to complain, and there's definitely times and necessary times you need to feel angry and angsty and like emotional about certain things. However, like, when you do need to take a step back, I think this is a very good way to do so, because sometimes it just gets a bit too much. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I hope the still frame at the end with the journal reading didn't bore you guys too much. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. I should really start categorizing my videos. You know, like, this is like Minecraft talks. No, like this is like more philosophy and like life. The others is like random stories. You know, others is just like super funny videos. Maybe I'll make a couple playlists, but that requires me going through all the videos again, which might be fun too at some point. Anyways, oh, excuse me. Oh, I ate too much. I'm not hungry today because I ate a lot. Rip cut. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great, blessed, wonderful day. Yeah. Bye bye.